Welcome back to Let's Play with Moriarty, and welcome back to Control. We are nearing the end. This is possibly the end. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Things are happening. Maybe I'm not even scratching the surface on the end. Maybe I'm not even halfway. Maybe I'm really preempting myself here. Okay. Aloha. Aloha, mes amis. No? Okay. Oi! That scared me. Ah! Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
That's the object of power. I need to cleanse it.
The TV. Oh no, what's it doing? What is that? Oh god. Oh god. Hi. This is cool. I mean, it's terrifying and I don't know what the heck is going on, but it's cool. Okay. That's trippy. That's... What am I looking at? That's really quite trippy, actually. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. I like this. This is cool. This is cool. I don't really have much more to say on it. That's not so cool. Oh, there's a few of them, and it's so bright. What are you? Not you. You. I feel like you're gonna be the biggest pain. Oh, great, so I can't even do anything about you. No. Oh, the walls are moving. Oh. That's trippy. Oh, I don't... Oh, it won't let me do anything about them. Now it will. Hi, it's Salvador. Not a fan. Oh gosh. Salvador, you do not look friendly. Oh, hi. Okay, I just need to get him. Not okay, not okay, not okay, not okay. Whoa.
That thing was Salvador, the head of security. His team didn't stand a chance against the Hiss. No one here does.
Okay. Not gonna lie, that was easier than I thought it was gonna be. I had a good tactic though, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay.
Another object of power going nuts.
Just a bit. Through the power of television. Levitate. Levitation. I'm gonna be able to fly. Oh my gosh, I could fly. Ha! Oh. Okay. I can fly. Don't like how that's going to be used.
Okay, dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
I have things to read through. The crew of the White Ocelot were first encountered a strange spherical phenomenon while fishing in the blah blah blah. What witnesses described it as a black sphere with faint light behind it. It hovered just off the bow of the ship. The crew blah 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 by throwing a tin bucket which disappeared into the sphere. Soon after, the vessel lost structural integrity. The ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. As the ship sank, the sphere lowered into the water. A passing fishing vessel called the blah 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 rescued the 4 surviving crew. Agents were dispatched to the White Ocelot's last known coordinates and began diving operations. On the ocean floor, the agents found the sphere. The ship was entirely destroyed except for its anchor. As agents lifted the anchor off the ocean floor, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor, moving and stopping as one. Contact with the sphere was avoided, but handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported by the blah 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 to the US port of blah blah blah. Upon arriving in New York, it was brought into the bureau via the blah blah blah. So the anchor was controlling the sphere, is what I'm getting from that. Benikoff TV. No unique containment procedures required while bound. A CRTV built by Benikoff and Sons Electric. The screen is still functional. The object can levitate itself off the ground to a maximum observed altitude of blah blah blah. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to harness this effect for their own use. This object is currently bound by blah blah blah. The object was first discovered... Oh, they tested it on a prime candidate. I wonder if they tested it on Dylan. Oh, Dylan can levitate. The object was first discovered in a local news story from blah blah blah, Kansas. I don't think we're in Kansas no more. A figure had been seen, blah blah blah, over buildings. Flying? Levitating? Why did you have to redact that? You've already spoken about how it levitates. The Bureau dispatched agents to the town, who discovered that a man named blah 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 had bound himself to the object. Mr. blah 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 was detained, and the object was brought to the Bureau for study. Yeah, but can he still fly? Is the question I want to... You know... Salvador... No. So he's dead now. That's a shame. The oldest house. Blah blah blah. Quickly. Because so many missions that are like side missions to do. Oh, I see. So I've got to like levitate back. Can I not levitate forward? There's nothing forward to do, is there? No. I'm just having a nosy. That's a no. It's very... Oh gosh, I can't get back now. Whose idea was this? It doesn't last too long, so I'll have to watch that in future when I'm using it. It has like a time to it. This is so cool. Just gotta say. Oh, hello. Oh, you think you're all smart because you can fly? Well, I can fly too now. Okay. Is that it? I was expecting that to be my normal gun. Oh, it's those ones. Haven't seen them in a while. So I've got to fly my way there. Nope. It's the swan boat. Remember we were hearing about the swan boat before? The... oh, what did it do? I can't remember what it... oh, it would kick people out of it. It ejected people. I love that it's... I love that this game has made that... has that attention to detail. What are you? A balloon? Don't think I've heard about a balloon yet. What kind of deadly tricks are you up to? A water cooler? Haven't heard about that. Oh, a walking stick? No, it's a what do you call them? A crowbar.
Dylan. He's so close.
Is he? How do you know? P6 cell. That'll be why, you know. Yep.
Hello.
Oh,
Can
it's...
you hear me? Jesse.
what's her name? I wanted to say Olivia because Olivia Pope from that TV show, Scandal.
Are you there? Jesse.
But it's not. It's
Emily?
Emily.
He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He
Oh,
might be
no.
nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen.
Gosh, she done some
Dylan's here.
damage.
With us. He just walked in. He says
Oh.
he's giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way.
He's carved Jesse's name into the glass.
We need to get back. I have to see my brother.
I'm curious as to like what happened. Yeah, he has like written Jesse's name in blood. That's not a good sign. Oh, it's like everywhere. Oh. Well, he's gonna blame Jesse for being locked in here for 17 years. I mean, what did he expect her to do? What could she have possibly, you know, have done? This room is like out of sorts, like it needs to be cleansed, but I don't see a cleanse point. Another reason that I'm kind of thinking he has something to do with the hiss. Especially since he's saying that he's been corrupted by it, but he's not like, it's not got the same effect on him as the others. Things are not as they seem. Let's go and see my... I thought I had clearance now. Okay. Dylan fading observation. Breakfast is brought at 9:30. 11:54, gets out of bed, uses toilet, returns to bed. Much like myself. 11:57, asks for television to be turned on, staff do so. 12, lunch is brought, breakfast is removed. 12:02, eats lunch. 2:38, uses toilet. 4:03, begins talking to self, recording speech is not possible due to noise from television. 4:07, becomes upset, throws lunch tray at glass. 4:09, sedated, crew clean the cell, television is turned off. 6:12, comes to ask for television to be turned on, staff refuse. Television privileges were refused due to hostile behaviour. Fair. 6:16, sleeps. Huh. What a day. What a day he has. I'm feeling, do you know what, I'm feeling cheeky again. I'm going to use my fast travel. Oh, I can't unless I'm at a control point, can I? Darn. Okay, so I need to go to a control point. Where is my nearest control point? Where was it? It was over yonder somewhere. I need a control point. Here's one here. That's brilliant. Oh, I have abilities to thing with. I'll do them later. Central Executive. Let's go see Dylan. Let's go see my bro. I don't think it's going to end well. I think it's going to end in tears. One of us will die. He's going to blame me. I can see that being the thing. He's going to blame Jesse for being trapped in here all this time. I don't think it's going to go well. I'm worried. I'm worried. But you know what? I am prepared.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in a made-up gibberish code?
What is this?
Marshall, there's CIA spy shit, god.
Put a record on.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
Ah, that is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume. Does it have any good songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous.
What's the
Why
formation?
does it send you there?
The Bureau had been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation for maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the Hiss arrived. Come to think of it, the song should have rolled back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that.
Great.
The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just
Yeah, I
give
know.
them the token and enjoy the ride.
Oh, we can ask questions.
I
And
have to
there's...
go.
Me
yeah.
too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
Alright. Don't get shirty. I was just saying.
Stay sharp, Faye.
I really shouldn't be... I've got things to do. Based on the success of America Overnight, we would like to propose the creation of a television series that prevents superstition and skeptical, though thought as entertainment, in order to popularize these concepts among the civilian population and create less resistance to redirecting information regarding public paranatural events. We can also use a solid media outlet to test paranatural concepts on civilian audiences, seeing how they react to certain facts presented as fiction in the event that the Bureau ever decides to make certain realities public knowledge. Oh. There are various show licenses that we could purchase and reboot rather than starting from scratch. One particular property seems promising, especially considering its content and tone are precisely what we're looking for. It's called Night Springs and has been off the air for a few years now. Something I never ever thought about is, you know, like buying the rights to an old show that was cancelled, you know, like eons ago. And like revamping it if it has similar like themes and concepts to a story that you're thinking of. Okay, I see Emily.
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the Hiss signal I can arrange. But how did
I
Dylan
see
create
Emily.
it?
I do not see Dylan. You've got some explaining to do.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late? How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the Hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've
Where
recorded.
is he?
Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
He's upstairs. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Did you hear that the Hiss prisoner they captured is the director's brother?
And she brought him here. Get us all killed.
Whereabouts is he?
With the Hiss.
Oh, follow the guards. That's a.
Happiness comes with white pearls, the yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror of the inverted, you are a worm through time. The thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is me, right? Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the way. You've always been a mirror. You've walked the patrol. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red.
This is the chant.
Through a mirror, the inverted is me, right? Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the way. You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunder's home distorts you.
That's
Happiness
Dylan.
comes, white pearls,
Can
but
you hear
yellow and
me?
red in the eye. Through a
Come
mirror,
on,
the inverted is
Dylan.
me, right?
I'm here.
By the door.
I
Push the
found
fingers
you.
through the surface into the way. You've always been a mirror. You've walked the patrol.
Do you know who I am? Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
Okay, that's
He's
a bit.
talking in the third person. Always a
Unsettling.
good sign. Do you know who you are?
not Dylan.
Oh,
Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better.
Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please?
Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't
This
you want
is
to say them too?
cutbacks.
No. Fuck off, no.
Oh,
You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only true. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years.
After the song time for applause.
this is disturbing.
Until nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home.
The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny.
I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet.
You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there.
I was just there.
Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunder's who distorts you. Happiness comes. White pearls, yellow and red in the eye. You will
Well, let me just get away from him for a second.
push the fingers through the surface into the wet.
One day we dissected that freak mutation we locked up. We could learn so much from its physiology.
Just gonna save. So that was interesting. It's definitely, yeah, so Dylan's sort of being corrupted by the hiss that comes from the same threshold as Polaris did. So yeah, like I said before, I'm pretty sure that Polaris and the Hiss are maybe not one and the same, but a bit like Venom versus the other symbiotes, where, you know, eventually Venom turns against his people. They come from the same universe, the same world. And we're gonna have to fight it. We're gonna have to fight them off. But that will have to wait until next time. Thank you for watching this part, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.